Need for Speed Underground Rivals is the first Need for Speed title released for the Sony PSP. Race events take place only at night, so there is no day and night cycle. Like there was no day-night cycle on the PC and console version either. You don't really need one, because the night races really help the 2000-ish ambience to shine. Tuning is a major factor in gameplay. To unlock more tuning parts, both performance and visual, players need to collect upgrade points. A downside of the game is that it has no free roam. You get into races from the game's menu. A big part of the game consists on tuning your car. Players don't get any benefits from customizing their car visually, as there are no star ratings like in the PC and console version. The most important tuning parts are the performance one. A thing that I love about old Need for Speed games is that you can tune your starter car to such extent that you can beat the game with it. Even the strongest production cars will have no chance against your beefed up Ford Focus. Another nice thing is that after purchasing performance parts, players can install it in other vehicles without repurchasing. The soundtrack is the same old awesome racer music featured in Need for Speed Underground 2. In addition, there are 6 new songs in this version. The second Need for Speed game to be released for the Sony PSP is Need for Speed Most Wanted 510. 510 is a police radio code for a reckless driver. This is the game that should bring the Most Wanted nostalgia on the go. And even though it doesn't feel the same as the PC and console versions, thanks to the music and the tracks that look alike, it should activate the nostalgia for the original game. Unfortunately, this game has no free roam. You just get into races and get upper in the blacklist. Need for Speed Most Wanted 510's gameplay is largely focused on police chases and illegal street races. The career mode is built on a series of challenges consisting of more than 75 events. By winning races, players will be able to climb up a leaderboard with 15 opponents. Another downside from the PC and console versions is that this game does not feature any plot. You just get into the blacklist races and that's all. But at least you can see a picture of Mia in the loading screen, which I guess is something. As for race modes, you have the classic circuit type, sprint, lap knockout, time trial, and also you have outrun, which are police chases. Also a feature that the console and PC versions don't have are tuner takedowns. This mode allows players to play as police officers. Their primary task is to bust as many street racers as possible in order to gain time bonuses and points. Third on the list is Need for Speed Carbon: Own the City. It greatly differs from its console and PC counterpart, but that doesn't make it a bad game. This one, in contrast to the first two I presented in the video, has a plot. It's not the plot from the versions we all know, but a different story. The story begins with the player taking part in an illegal street race with their brother Mick and a couple of other racers in a bid to decide who owns the city. A massive car crash occurs during the race that leaves you in the player in hospital with amnesia and kills Mick. The city is divided into different crew territories whilst the player is in hospital. The player re-enters the illegal street racing scene in the city to find out who killed Mick. They compete in races to defeat Bruce, regain mixed territory and see if they know anything about the accident. Each different crew boss then describes what they know about the incident that killed Mick. Ondi City is set in Coast City instead of Palmon City. The road network of the city is based off of Rockport from Need for Speed Most Wanted, although Coast City does not feature the layout of Camden Beach. Ondi City does not feature autosculpt canyons or drift events. It is the first handheld Need for Speed games to feature free roam, police pursuits, and the only handheld Need for Speed game to have an option to free roam. It's nice to have free roam, but the streets are almost empty and very large, so you get bored easily while just cruising. That if you're like me. The only thing this game has in common with its PC and console counterpart is its name. From my experience, I find this game pretty dull. You select one of the 13 or so tracks you've unlocked and then choose from a handful of race types like knockout, speed trap, circuit and time attack. There's not much variety and nothing much to do to hold your attention. There aren't many ways to upgrade your car, but there are 32 cars available, which is a good number. There are multiple difficulty settings. On the easiest, you get driving assist, like the one in Gran Turismo. In the harder difficulties, you don't have the assist anymore, but you get more money for pulling off the race without it. An annoying feature of the game is that when you crash into a wall or damage your car, you have to pay at the end of the race to repair it. This stinks, especially considering how clunky the controls are. It is fairly easy, almost inevitable, to crash into something. Need for Speed Undercover is the second Need for Speed game on the list that has a plot. The story is the same as in the PC and console version, but unlike those, here you don't have free roam, but rather you get from event to event via a menu. The closest to a free roam are cop chases. Cops will chase after you during a race, but as soon as it's over they're gone, as you're sent back to the event selection screen, and even during chases, you don't have many roads to choose from. The last Need for Speed game released for the PSP was Need for Speed Shift. An awesome looking feature in this game is the damage module. When you hit something hard, your car bends like in the car crashes of Burnout. The cars handle better than in previous games, and the racetracks look varied and better in general. As for race modes, you have sprint races, speed traps, checkpoint races, circuit races, drift races and time attacks.